We're in the process of the 2023 January Snowmageddon right now. As soon as you see what we're dealing with here, you'll kind of get a laugh out of it, just like I am. But they made this out to be a big snowstorm. And when I went to bed last night, the ground was starting to get white, and I thought we might get what they're talking about. But it's really going to have to pick up the pace if we're going to get all the snow that they're talking about. So the ground is white and it's still snowing, but we're a far cry from those several inches they were talking about, at least here in Stockton, Missouri. Now, if you're in the Missouri area or here in the 4 states, maybe it's different where you're at, but right here at Stockton, we don't have that much snow. But this is a wet snow, as I can tell. The roads are, it's just like it rained. So that's definitely gonna slow the dragging down for a few days with the skidder, because it was already kind of wet where we've been. So we'll probably get to do some cutting, which I don't mind getting out there ahead of the skidder a ways. But I'd say as far as dragging and hauling, that's gonna be at a standstill for a few days, or at least until we get a skid steer back from Murphy Tractor in Springfield there. Hauling part, we could pack logs and haul logs so we can get a skid steer, but if we don't get that back, we ain't any hauling. Not off the job we're on. So today, the day after Snowpocalypse 2023, we're gonna go pick up an old familiar face, and he's gonna ride with us as we go up to Peculiar, Missouri, and the Western Star and the Eager Beaver. We're gonna pick up the 548 G3 and get it up to Weston, Missouri, and get it dropped off on the job. That will be the next job site that 548 tackles. It's a job we've had on the books for a while. With everything we've had going on, we're a little late getting started, but it's the next one we've got lined up for it. So we get done there with that G, we're going to move on to Excelsior Springs, Missouri City, Oric, down that direction, while still working the job at Liberal, Missouri. Dad is actually, I just got done drinking coffee with Dad. He's actually going over to kind of the Deerfield, Bernal, Missouri area, another familiar area we've been working the last few years. He's going over there to look at some timber. So Dad's staying busy as well. We're going to try to cut tomorrow. It's not real frozen temperatures. Right now we're above freezing. Of course, sunshine, so the ground's getting greasy. We're going to try to drag in the morning. I'm going to cut regardless, so Kevin's going to try to drag in the morning. But we're getting ahead of ourselves today. We got a skidder to move. Who is this masked man? Back from the Crusades.
I've conquered the world.
Ready to log again.
Maybe I've forgotten how.
Well, that's a possibility.
Remember the first days, there was a lot of running going on when the trees fell.
You logged with steam donkeys, didn't you? Starting out? Up in the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah. We used them old steam engines and Missouri mules.
Yeah, crosscut saws, axes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's what you started out with.
Yeah, back in 1980.
Oh, 80. I thought it was 1880. 1880.
No, I'm not really that old.
Let this thing build some air real quick. Mike's going to direct me back there to hook up the trailer. We'll get on the road. Throw my nasty old dirty John Deere work coat in here. Things are already built up air. It builds up air fast. That's what I like about this Star. One of the many things I like about this Star. Pull up and set over here. And get that guy on the job before long. It's nice to have Mike back. torque of that. Take her out of gear, pop some air, and hook up. Ready, Mike?
I am. Except this is way too pretty for me.
It is a pretty truck.
I could really screw this up.
Let's see if we're ready to go here. I think we are. We are mobile.
CB radio.
You betcha.
I want to play with it.
You betcha.
What's your handle? I'll think of one.
Yeah, you come up with one. Some things never change. I haven't seen this little guy in a couple weeks. See how she does in the cold weather. Let them glow plugs cycle a minute. She knows it's cold. Looks like you're gonna warm up in a second. Mike's getting the chains and boomers out. I got the ramps down already. We'll get this thing loaded up, get it on to the next track of timber. One thing that amazes me versus the old equipment is how well the hydraulics work in colder weather. Oil's gotten to where it's not as thick as it used to be, but it seems to lubricate better and have better viscosity. Which this machine here is much like our 648H's. The hydraulic oil takes engine oil. It's the same oil for the engine and the hydraulic system, either way. Which is nice. The skid steer takes a totally different hydraulic oil in its hydraulic system, but takes the same engine oil. And it can get confusing. Mike's doing here. It's putting all the chains and boomers up there where they don't need to be. Oh, Mikey, how I've missed having you around. Get this thing centered up here. Says that's got us centered. We look a little heavy to the right, which isn't a bad thing. That's kind of how I like to go if I'm going to load heavy. But it should be alright. Get this thing turned off. We'll get this thing glued down and get on the road. We are chained down, banners on. Alright, I think we're ready to roll. Ready, Mike? Yeah, you ready? Let's roll. Maybe, and I hope, we can beat that rush hour KC traffic. That's what we're going for. Hopping off 29 here in Tracy, Missouri, just a little more than Platte. Mike, this is all different since we were through here last too. I don't remember that being there.
That wasn't there.
You don't go places every now and then. It changes pretty fast. It's good. Good. Look good. Good enough. Good. Good. Good enough. Love working up here. This is probably one of my favorite parts of Missouri to work. Glad to be back up here in the area. Dunkin' Donuts, yeah, I see that. Yeah, that wasn't there the last time we were through here.
No, there was that other building back there, KC Bobcat.
The Bobcat was it? It was here, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think it was. I think it's been here a while.
You didn't get to the turn until down here.
It's been, what, 3 years since we were up in here, probably?
3, 4.
Been a while.
Yes.
3? Well, we were up here in 20. Early part of 20, I think.
Maybe
19, I don't remember. Yeah, maybe it was. It might have been 19. I don't remember. Time gets away.
I started working for him in April
Of 20?
3 years ago. 19. April of 19.
No, it's 23, so it would have been 20. Oh, copper.
Oh, it is 20.
It's 20, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be at 3 years. 20. This is where we spotted your skidder.
Yeah, that one old 540B with a grapple. Yeah, up here on that job, we were working not even a mile from it. It was up this way, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, these are new. Those weren't here the last time we come through. Nice little duplexes. Good looking Ford. I do like working these rolling hills up here. I don't think we ever went into Weston last time we were here, did we? I don't know that I've ever even been into Weston.
Oh, I have. That's a tobacco barn. That's a tobacco barn.
So Mike and I, earlier on our way up here, talking about the area, were wondering if they still grow or raise any tobacco up here, because a lot of the farms we've logged, and a lot of the timber we've looked at on farms up here, have old tobacco barns on them. And generally, we're not doing much work up here in the summertime just because of row crops, heat, other factors. It's just we try to work up here in the fall and winter, spring. I don't know anything about tobacco. If I've seen tobacco growing, I wouldn't know it. So we think I'd know it? Well, Mike says I'd know it if I seen tobacco growing. But yeah, we were wondering if there's still any tobacco growing up here in these rolling hills. Just got here to unload. We'll kick off right here. Just park the skidder off over here to the side. Back in there, some of them up here, kind of in this whole fence line. Some of them, they're scattered out. We'll go over that when we start here in a few days. But for now, we'll get the skidder off here. Get our flagging taken off, maybe. Oh, that's a guitar string tight. Mike's already working on unchaining. We're just gonna park her right here. Should be ready to go. All right. Ramps down. Climb up in this little monster. Oof. Oof. Let that cycle real quick. Let them glow plugs heat up. Good enough. Fires up like a champ. I love how fast the hydraulics are on this little skidder. To be quite honest, I love everything about this little skidder. Park it right over here at the side, out of the way. We'll see if we can go up in there and make a big old sweeping turn in the old Western Star. Now, where Mike's gonna play his part on this upcoming job is this deep ditch. A lot of those trees will still have to be winched out. These ditches up here in this part of Missouri, they are deep. I remember the first time we ever really come up here and was logging in the area, been back in 2011, 2010, right in there, over here in Leavenworth, Kansas, before I'd started YouTube and even Facebook for that matter. I haven't even started doing Facebook for Turner Logging yet. And we worked a heck of a job out there down a deep ravine, a canyon. Dad and Kitty and I still talk about that to this day, that job. It was a fun job. Got a lot of good timber. We were out there for a month and a half cutting. It's definitely one I remember well with Dad and Kenny. We had a lot of fun cutting it. This is another thing I'm glad I always bring another guy with me like Mike. It's a little embarrassing, but it happens. Trying to get turned around here, I thought we could sweep right up there, make a sweeping turn, no problem. I thought very wrong, very wrong. Of course, tried to back up and cut it around. Should have just got the skidder right there, but I didn't, and messed around, so I had to use the skidder to pull us completely backwards.
You hardly even noticed it.
Yeah, you don't even notice it, yeah. Of course, now we're sweeping mud off the road here. Private drive, but we'll bring the skid steer up here and we'll slick all that up, make it look good. I don't like to leave anything in a shambled mess anyway, but yeah, it's not something I'm proud of, but it happens, and it's my own stupidity for getting hung up. But at least had Mike with me and I was able to get out. A little 548 pulled us out, so we're in good shape. We're gonna get headed home. It's just about dark now, so we got about 3 hours of trucking ahead of us.